What's up, guys? Aaron here. Welcome to UX Crypto, and today we're going to be talking about inflation. Obviously, I'm sure everybody knows that inflation is really high right now, and yeah, we're just going to be talking about how we kind of got here, and how can we solve this, right? Is there a solution to this, right? And I feel like I've got the answer. So yeah, how did we get here, right? So obviously we know that during COVID, it was a crazy time, and this is when COVID hit, right? And inflation was already getting higher. And this is, if anyone wants to know what this is basically economic data surrounding how much dollars have been printed into the system. So obviously I'm from the UK, we have British pounds, but banks throughout 2012, throughout COVID, they printed money, like a lot of money, not just through America and the dollar, but the pound, a lot of other countries too. And as you can see, this jump here is absolutely insane throughout this period, and it's still happening, right? So it doesn't mean inflation is really stopping, because the money print is still happening, right? So on that note, what is like happening right now, right? So this is the statistics for, this is Trueflation. If you guys don't know what this is, it's a chain link application on the blockchain, but it has real-time data around inflation, so you can actually see on a day-to-day basis what's happening. So for example, America's inflation is actually going down in the States, and it was 11%, and now we're around about 5%. Obviously American will be able to know if that's actually happening there. I'm going to give you my perspective from the UK. The UK is definitely happening, right? So we've got 19% inflation on average, right? As in, but number one thing which is really pushing this up is utilities. So just to point out this area here, 81%, I can definitely tell you from being a homeowner myself, that's 100% the case, right? It's a bit of a bad situation right now. So if you guys want to know how bad it is, a lot of strikes. Even today I was driving and there was like loads of strikes, and people like with their signs outside. It's definitely going on in a bad situation in the UK right now, but it is what it is, right? And why did this happen? The government, right? The government's been doing this. Obviously banks and a lot of these things, central banks, not banks. But yeah, this is one of the reasons. So on average, 19%. So we're basically 3 times what America is right now. Bit crazy. So how is this fixable? It's fixable with a magical thing called Bitcoin, right? So obviously you guys know what Bitcoin is, right? But really, do you, right? This is basically an algorithm which fixes inflation, right? It's basically a currency what fixes inflation. So, that being said, obviously you might say, hey, I know about this, it's old or whatever. Of course it is, man. But this is literally the solution, right? And you might say, hey, man, why is this the solution? Well, let me tell you. Introducing the Bitcoin halving, right? Obviously, I'm sure some of you might have heard about this, but well, I'm going to break it down. So in 2012, the amount of new Bitcoin issued every 10 minutes dropped from 50 Bitcoins to 25. In 2016, it dropped from 25 to 12.5. In the most recent of halving, May 11th, 2020 halving, the reward dropped from 12.5 to 6.25 per block. So what does this mean? In 2024, which the next halving is, the reward will drop from 6.25 per block to 3.125. And that is how you create supply and demand, right? And this is what Bitcoin was created for, to basically combat inflation, right? So if, for example, you use this as a means of cash and money in the future, this will always be going. And for example, if you look at this chart here, this is the inflation rate. So basically inflation decreases every 4 years, right? And you can see that this one here is the 3.125. This is where we are right now. And then obviously it's just going to keep going, right? So keep going down every 4 years. So this is where this is a hard money, and every currency ever made has always gone to zero, right? And this is not the case with Bitcoin. So that being said, why not pick Bitcoin as your currency? Yes, it does fluctuate. It's down right now, but isn't everything down right now? And obviously, even with the dollar and even with the pound, we're going for it too, right? So as much as we're in a bit of a bear market and things are down, this is a great time to invest, in my opinion. And yeah, If you like this video, please subscribe, press the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment. I'd love to know your opinions, and have a great day, guys.